Hey guys, what is going on? So in today's video, it's a very exciting day because I'm going to be reviewing these new engineer boots that I just got in from Renavgoods in Indonesia. They're probably up there in my top 3 Indonesian boot brands. Actually, they probably are my favorite just because I've been working with them the longest. I really like their payment strategy. I really like how you can put half down and pay them the other half once the boots are completed. I also really like interacting with them. Just the degree to which they will allow you to customize your boots is just unreal. And so I'm really happy with this makeup. I've actually been waiting for these, I think since last January. I can't remember exactly when I placed the order, but it did take them a while, but it was worth the wait. So these are my new Renavgoods engineer boots in brown oiled Shinky horse butt. Let me start by saying that this brown oiled Shinky horse butt might be my favorite leather. Honestly, after all the boots that I've collected, this is exactly the type of leather that I've been looking for. This Shinky horse butt is so good for so many reasons. As with anything with like leathers and stuff, there are pros and cons, there are advantages and disadvantages to each leather, but this leather might be the perfect leather as far as I'm concerned. And the reason being is it starts out with just the most brilliant character that you've just ever seen. Shinky horse butt has a really brilliant honeycombing pattern in the grain of the boot. It's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And then in addition to that, Shinky is doing something very special with their leather. They start out very opulent looking, and as you start to wear them, they start to really patina rapidly and beautifully. And what I mean by that is you can already see along the toe here, some of the scratches really reveals some of the lighter undertones. The back of the boot specifically, because I use a boot jack and just some of the scuffing, it really starts to reveal really rich tones, particularly lighter browns and reds. The reds are very transparent when you're looking at these boots in the direct sunlight. I just really love how this leather wears and ages. It's not overly oiled, it's not overly waxed, it's just perfectly delicately balanced so that every wear really reveals more and more of the character. It doesn't take long for it to begin revealing its hidden character. Unlike other leathers that, you might have to wear them for a few months before they reveal their true nature and their true character to you, Shinky seems to do it pretty quickly in a very rewarding way, I would say. It's a very rewarding leather, and every time I wear these, they're just better and better. I think I've worn them about 4 times already. I took them home with me to Ohio, and I went on a hike in them through Mill Creek Park, the park where I basically grew up playing in. I can't believe it's taken me this long to hop on something like this, but in retrospect, this is just one of the most brilliant boots I've ever owned. Seriously. The rolls on the vamp are very cool, almost sugary. As my buddy Phil at Ashland Leather would say, it starts to get this like really nice fine sugary break along the vamp there. Not to mention, I really like the chunky look of the toe. It's a raised, bumped toe. They actually let me design this last myself, so this is my last. And they told me recently that they've gotten a lot of orders in, and it was actually based on my original pair that I ordered for the Stitch Down Patina Thunderdome. These are my Renav engineer boots in Chloe Crush Shell Cordovan, and these have just patinated beautifully. And as you can see, the toe has collapsed a little bit compared to how the toe looks on these. The design might have been a little bit different. Also, the leather from Shell Cordovan to horse butt is going to last completely different as you stretch it over the last. But for the most part, this is the same build, except for these are 2 inches shorter than these. These are 10 inches in height. These boots are 10 inches in height. My fear of tall boots has sort of vanished. Also, one thing that I notice is I can actually wear skinny pants with these, and I suspect it's because the shaft opening, which is the widest part of the upper portion of the throat of the shaft, I suspect it looks less strange in these because they are taller, because for some reason when I wear these boots with skinny pants, you can see the protrusion of the opening of the shaft through the pants, if that makes sense, and it kind of looks kind of funky. That's why with these I have to wear pants with wider leg openings with this particular pair. And again, I think it's just because this really pronounced prominent opening here just leaves its signature inside the pant. It really lets you know that it's there, and it kind of looks kind of wonky. But with these, I didn't notice that, and I suspect it's because the widest portion of the boot is raised. At the leg opening, this portion's more tapered and it's not as pronounced. So long story short, I can wear skinnier pants with these and they don't look awkward, unlike they do with this pair. So this last was designed in part by me for my original stitched down patina Thunderdome pair, and I am happy to have raised this by 2 inches. I think this might be my sweet spot. As time goes on, I might have one in the works with Renav at any given point. So next, I'm not sure, maybe I want to do like an olive horse rump for my next engineer through Renav. I actually have a pair of black Chrome Excel on the way now, John Lofgren engineer boots. So I don't need black at the moment, but I do want to hit some other portions of the color spectrum. Next, I might do a burgundy, though this kind of checks the box of dark brown and burgundy because, like I said, in the intense light, you can see reds coming through. So we'll see. Might be an olive, might be a burgundy, might be a tan. We'll just have to wait and see. But I do plan, I really enjoy working with Renavgoods. They're really, between them and Tahura, those are probably my 2 favorite Indonesian boot brands at the moment. Benzene's very popular, but you know, I didn't get that interpersonal, like, maybe it's just because I haven't tried to talk to them as much, but you know, the one pair that I did order from them, the sizing wasn't right, and they didn't really try too hard to like correct the sizing and get me into a new pair. They were just kind of like, oh yeah, you can start the order process over again, and I'm like, wasn't really too enthusiastic about that. I really like working with Renav. They just have a soft spot in my heart, and so I do foresee doing more orders through Renavgoods, especially because I have my sizing figured out through them. Just great people there. Anyway, so let's talk more about this boot. So this is an Engineer with dark brown oiled Shinky horse butt. So this is the Engineer 1506. It's 8 inches tall for the upper, but yeah, once again, 10 inches total in height. It's a Velt shown construction, which means field shoe. It's 270 degree stitched down welted with a green cork half sole, a woodsman heel, an A11 structured toe. And Thrive in Denim said, those came out looking great with the bump toe. You really have nailed it and made a highly configurable Engineer last, sir. And my buddy Michael Smith actually got a very similar build, the Engineer 1506 in black cherry bison. Engineer boots 6 inches tall, Velt shown 270 degree construction, red brown cork half sole, Cuban heel, A11 structured toe. Mike, that is a bang up makeup there, sir. I love that. Wow, incredible. You know, I really admire the other Engineers out there, particularly the Lofgren with like the sleeker silhouette toe. I really think that's a really good model, but like these, seriously, like this is just the perfectly balanced Engineer in my opinion. It's dark, it's masculine, it's rugged looking, it's got a really nice toe, they're super comfortable. The honeycombing on the upper, we've got a really cool pull tab in the back that is one piece with the back heel strip, and it connects on the inside. We've got a separate back heel counter, very simple back heel counter here. Every single panel on this boot is just chock full of character. Very rarely do I see like an all smoothed out portion. I really am enjoying the nicks and the scratches and the scuffs on these as well. So we've got a double layer midsole and then an extra 2 layers of veg tan in the heel. We've got a lot of nice arch support here built into it, as well as the Dr. Sole Cuban heel back here. I mean, when I got these, I was just over the moon, just in love. Like this is one of those unicorn pairs, you know? It's one of those pairs I didn't predict just how much I was gonna love them until I got them in person, started wearing them, and I just said, this is not a pair that I'll have to force myself to wear. If I could only grab 5 pairs, this is probably definitely one of the pairs that I would for sure keep. Out of my whole collection, this is like just one of those unicorn pairs of boots. This is something I couldn't have predicted. This is not something that I could have necessarily planned for. Like, I love these. My original stitch down patina Thunderdome pair, I love them, but I don't find myself just reaching for them. They're absolutely phenomenal, but this Shinky leather is just so special, and I really hope I emphasize that enough in this in this video, because I can't believe it took me this long to find it. But this is really, in my opinion, this is the perfect boot leather. If you're going for something that's going to age to the maximally beautiful degree, this is it. I still love shell, I still love chrome excel, I still love veg tan, I still love all the other, the bad lassies, the Seidels, all the other ones, but this is just a unicorn leather in my opinion. And let me pull a shout out to Rose Anvil. I'm going to start pulling a Rose Anvil in my videos. I'm going to measure the weight of the Shinky horsehide. It's thick stuff. It's, wow, 7 to 7.5 ounces thick. This is thick stuff, man. This is one of the thickest leathers I've ever had on a boot, I think. I wear these with my Aero leather Ridley jacket in Dark Seal Vicenza. Just a match made in heaven. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about these amazing engineer boots. And anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Let's keep the love of boots alive, and stay tuned. I have a lot more videos coming up.